I am doing an old window for day 11 of our 30-day craft challenge. And it's been sitting in the snowbank. The window has. I had it all clean and then kind of left it out in the weather. So now we're melting because I've got, pretty good. I'm just washing it off. I want to make sure it's nice and clean. Pretty good heat going on today in the camper. And unfortunately, there's not enough room for me to be at the table while doing this, I don't think. So I'm just going to stand off to the side. You'll have to forgive me for the weird angles. And kind of work. So, just getting this window nice and clean because we don't want to have dirt on it, ice on it. Just get that off there. This frame, I actually bought this at a thrift sale. Super cheap, actually. It was already this black color. I don't know if that's the color they did had for their windows. The inside, yeah, this one's kind of chippy. The water is definitely making it be more chippy, so I might have to work on that a little, but this is going to be the back side, so it'll be okay, I think. All right, let's see if we can get some of this washed off. I don't know. There's a little bit of, I don't know if somebody overpainted there or what that is. So anyway, I got 5 windows for like 10 bucks at a thrift sale this summer and was excited for sure because usually they're being sold for more than that, depending on the person. That little piece, it's iced on. Probably lead paint, right? It's an old window. But anyway, I wanted to get this ready for craft fair this weekend in Cottonwood, Idaho. If you're in the neighborhood, come check it out. We are busy, 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 that is for sure. Ooh, there's some paint on the glass. The one thing about paint on the glass is you can usually just get it off. And this is the back side, so I still have time to kind of work on this. Kind of need my garbage closer. I don't know. Finding things under here. There we go. Trying to get rid of that swatches of paint without getting it all over my house. Might have to take a little bit of a, after we're done here, I'll take a little bit of a sandpaper to this side to make sure I have all the loose ends off. So I'm just gonna use a window cleaner cloth on this, get it nice and clean. Hopefully, I usually use just plain water to wash windows with this, but I knew that getting a clean cloth in here was going to be difficult because we don't have water. So it's the way it is when you're in an old camper. All right, I think this is going pretty good. Nice thing is we're going to put, I've got some things to put on here. I'm actually warm, you guys. Kind of running around. I thought I had black and white buffalo check ribbon because I want to put ribbon on this with a wreath because I'm actually going to use this. Let me decide which is the top. What do you think is the top? I don't think it really matters. I'll maybe make this the top. I'm going to use this Bless This Farmhouse Christmas transfer. It's 18 by 18 and I'm going to use it on the bottom section, and then I have a wreath to put up here with a bow, keeping it kind of simple, not wanting to go too complicated on it. Stay with me here. I'm just, remember I have this ginormous box of ribbon. I can't believe that I'm like out of buffalo check. My favorite ribbon. I only have, it seems like I only have red and black. I don't know why. I do know why. It's my favorite, right? When you use your favorite up all the time, I'm just designing it today, ladies. So it's going to be red, I guess. Red it is. All right, so this is going to be the transfer we're going to use. And I will move this back a little bit. So I apologize to anybody that can't really see very well. I'll try to hold it up. This side is really wet. Okay, get rid of the garbage. See if I can't wash this edge again and see if we can't get some of this. I can feel like icicles on it. It is like 20 degrees outside and my daughter's like, she has 22 flannels that she still needs to bleach. And it would be nice to get a majority of those ready for Friday or Saturday. Friday is when we set up. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this off and put it down. Oops, this one is still, I'm actually going to do a little, I have used this once. If you saw my 18 by 18 frame, it turned out beautifully. I have used it once and, but it's still like doing anything on glass with our transfers, it's always much stickier than you want. Just trying to get the big pieces of fuzz off. You want to fuzz it up so that it doesn't stick too hard to your surface. And now I joined in some hair into it. You know, that's what happens. I'm old, I'm losing my hair. So anyway, my team is doing a 30-day craft challenge. If you'd like to join in or just tune in, make sure you save this and subscribe and do all the things so you can support me. I am just, all right. Now cooperate. No pieces of fuzz. That feels a little better. This is gonna be a good size. The nice thing about our transfers is they are like on here straight. So when you stick them down, you can count on them being straight. You do want to, and this one we're going to actually paste and peel. And I'm trying to decide, trying to remember, I think I did my last one white. I could even, to make this stand out more, I could paint the back a little bit to make it stand out because I want to make sure this dirty side is not on my side because we don't want to wipe after we're, there we go. We don't want to wipe it up after we're done with the painting. This side is going to start dripping, I think. I'm going to just put that under there. I'm sorry if this is really bad views, but I hope you'll get the idea. This is actually really super fun to do windows, I think. I love to do windows. I love to do furniture. I just think it's fun to repurpose things. All right, we're going to stick that under there. And so I'm trying to decide, maybe I'll do Christmas in red. Maybe I'll do the Christmas in red. I think I'm going to do white because I do not want to do on the farmhouse. I don't want it to like blend in. I want it to be nice and clear. Something that you see and catches your eye. That makes sense. Got extra piece of fuzz under there and I don't. Okay. That is pretty tight, so we're going to be very cautious and slow when we pull that up. So I'm going to start out with Bless This Farmhouse in white. I think that if you remember my rooster window, go back and watch it if you haven't. My rooster window had white on it too, I think, for lettering. So I'm just going to do the Bless This Farmhouse first, and then I'm going to peel it. It is crackling a little. That crackling means I got bubbles. We don't like bubbles. Bubbles are the enemy with transfers. So the nice thing about the window though is that it will scratch right off if we made a mistake. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that aside, shut it up. Hopefully, I dropped some pieces of cardboard here. Always saving my cardboard. All right, here we go. I didn't want it to be against the heater. So always pull at a straight line. Do not pull at an angle because this is fabric. And fabric will get a wrong, you won't like the stretch that'll come. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm really excited. Can you guys see that? There it is. Can you see? Bless this farmhouse. I'm excited. Ooh, there is some bad. I'm going to put my flannel up here so the sun isn't shining. That helped a little, didn't it? Sun isn't shining so bright behind it. Impromptu curtain. Sorry for the clutter. Holy cow. All right, we're going to dry this because we're going to lay that back down and I don't want it to smear. And it is a little bit easier to smear when you have it on glass. But once it dries, it's pretty permanent unless you scratch at it. It will come off or if you get it watered. Hey, Laura, good to see you. Hey, Sue and Mom. Good to see you. Make sure you say hey if you're watching on the replay. Put hashtag replay. That helps me out. Brings me to the top. Gets me more motion. I'm actually thinking about doing a live sale on Black Friday. What do you guys think? Are you in? Put BF if you're into a Black Friday sale. BF down below. It will be on Facebook. I guess I could go on to YouTube too. If anybody's interested on YouTube, be sure to put BF in the comments so I know. I'm just checking. It's pretty dry actually. That dried really quickly. Okay, so I always like to move, you know, from one end to the other. So I'm just trying not to set it down too hard. But we do want this tree down. And, oops, I got a little white on that. And the tree, I think we're going to, excuse me, I'm going to die. Choking. Should we do shimmer? I think I'm going to do some shimmer spruce. We're getting low on the shimmer spruce, so this may be my final hurrah with the shimmer spruce. I don't know. I don't know if we even carry it anymore. I guess I haven't looked. We probably carry something that is green and shimmery. Besides eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is too light. All right. Get some fluid in here. I hope this doesn't water it down so it doesn't. Sometimes if you water too much on, you know, these are water-based, they're water-soluble, they're totally safe. But sometimes the shimmers kind of separate a little bit, and so it's hard to get them to kind of go into the cracks of the pieces. Let's see if we can get it to go and not dry too fast. We're going to work really super fast because it is on the drier side, but I loved this. This came out last year, and I love this spruce. I think it's still around. I'm not sure, though. Okay, we're just doing this tree really fast. The nice thing is you can do it fast. You don't have to be really super detailed, right? Because it really is. The transfer does all the work for us. I'm just gonna, I don't do this very often, but I'm gonna do a little bit of a spritz in it. Just to work it up a little, keep it wet so it works. Because if it dries too much in the transfer, it will not go through the transfer. It'll stay in the transfer when you lift it up. So that's not good. And if this doesn't work, we can try again later, I guess. But I don't like to do that. I like to do a one and done. I don't know about you guys. All right, I'm just trying to even it out, get it working. Put back what I don't use. I'll be putting some water on that for sure. And we're going to peel slow but sure. Hopefully we don't peel. It works. Oh yeah. So far so good. Slow but sure. Holy cow, it's sticking. Just nice, even, slow movements. That'll get it off. There we go. It worked. That worked. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. Isn't that tree beautiful? Just beautiful. Worked. Okay, I'm gonna dry that. It shouldn't take much to dry this. And I don't want that to spill on my frame because then I have to wash my frame again. All right, we're gonna stick that away and put a little bit more water. Ah, I just sprayed myself. Oh goodness. There's always a catastrophe when I'm crafting. You guys ever have that? Unfortunately, that kind of goes back on my project here a little bit because it wet it down a little bit. I sprayed myself in the forehead. Good thing you couldn't see that because I about jumped. Oh, always a mess in the craft room. You had done a project recently with that same transfer. Yes, on a wood frame surface. And oh, I need to do that. If you're interested, would you message me, Laura? And I still have it. I actually did the backside too for a kitchen transfer. But I could make another one too because I have another frame. And I'd be happy to ship that off to you if you would be interested. I'm more than happy to do that. I just haven't gotten it on eBay. I had all these aspirations of getting things on eBay. Just hasn't happened yet. I apologize for that. For sure, just message me and say, I'm interested in that. Tell me if you want something on the back. What I did was a kitchen, like vegetables and things on the back side. So one side is for the kitchen all year round. And then the other side is the farmhouse Christmas. So it's multi-use. That makes sense. Okay, I'm going to do this tree trunk right down here, this little tree trunk in gold shimmer because I want to do the star in gold shimmer. I feel like I'm sweating, but I'm not. It's like I sprayed my face. So funny. With water. Yeah, and I wouldn't want to ship a window for sure. I would be afraid of an old window. I don't know. I don't think it would go well for us. So it's not, I wouldn't want to have to deal. I would feel bad if it broke for you and I wouldn't necessarily be able to. We're going to do some white here just on the line. Get that little green speckles off. Okay, I'm going to do this really quick. See if I can get it done quickly because I want to leave the Christmas on there and do that in red. Oh, that didn't work so well. I hope that doesn't turn out pink. I really do love working on these windows. And I love that I have a transfer that I love. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pull that slowly. All right, here we go. Yay, that worked. Can you see it? Actually, that looks nicer, I think. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. The line has got like some grain in it, and that's okay. Okay, now we're going to do, I think I'm going to do this bottom line in white now, as long as I got the white out here. Oops, sort of. And oops, I probably should have dried that up, but I didn't. I have learned that if I have something close, I like to push it away from where I'm trying not to get it very much. That helps me usually not hit what I don't want. In this case, it's the Christmas, so I'm just going to try to not get it on the letters, but get off the extra, right? And not get it on the edge of the... that one I smeared. Okay, we're going to shut the white, get that nice and shut, and then I'm going to pull from the bottom this time so I can get this one off without moving the Christmas. And there it is. Isn't it pretty? Oh my goodness. Can you see that line? It's so, I know it's kind of a weird angle. Hey Phyllis, good to see you. Oh good, I'm glad. I'll look forward to hearing from you, Laura. I definitely, if you don't want anything on the back, I can do one for you just with the Christmas tree, but it is a double-sided frame. And so I always like to do double-sided frames with two things, because then it's usable all year round. You don't have to find something 18 by 18, because this is pretty large. Okay, red we go, right? Red we go. I'm going to try to move this up a little bit more. Don't want to lose it, so you can see it. All right, get our red out. Red was a little on the dry side the last time I used it, so I did that trick. Oops, I just missed the pot. I did that trick and sprayed some distilled water on it before I shut it up, and now it's looking pretty good. A lot better than it was, I know that. I'm going to set this aside, and here we go. Red, red. Feel like I should sing the song, Red, Red Wine. There's a little bubble there. Usually, because these are reusable and sticky, you can stick them back down if you do a little mistake. Even after you go wash the transfer, it's just a matter of lining it back up. So, you know, on something this large where I'm kind of moving fast, sometimes things happen, right? And so it's nice that you can go back and fix it if you need to. Because not all crafting turns out the first time. We know that, right? Crafting is always an adventure, and sometimes it doesn't go the way you want it to, but there's always a fix. There's always some sort of fix, and a lot of times I find that my fixes are just as good. I'm actually kind of sweating today in here. It is like 20 degrees outside. I don't know. I don't think you're ever fully ready for winter. I would be ready to never have winter again, to be honest, but you know, I have a winter loving husband, so that keeps us somewhat near winter. This seemed like a good compromise because our average temperature is kind of like 65 or something, somewhere around there a year, but there are times where it gets down to 20. We hardly ever get down to 0. So that's nice. I'm just going to get this big hunk of red off of my finger here. All right, here we go. It's the truth. What's happening? Hopefully, so far, so good. I'm really excited. That looks nice. Okay, get it off slow. There. All right, I'm going to take this in and wash it under the sink, or you can wash it, these big ones, in the bathtub. And just with water and a board eraser, so easy peasy. And then dry it right on the backing. Dry it on the backing. And then remember I said I was going to do the star in gold. Can you all see that? I think it's a pretty good rendition there of it. We're going to put the star on. And last time I was like, I can't tell where the top of that tree is. Certain way. All right, and we're going to go back to that gold shimmer. I think I buried that. Ooh, ah. Red has more pigment, so when you get it on stuff, it does smear, or it does kind of stain. Like sometimes I've even gotten it so bad on my, like this might stain my hands for the day, but it is washable. It's non-toxic. It won't hurt. Won't kill me, but it does get everywhere, for sure. Especially when I'm using it. The red does. All right, let's see how our star worked out. Cute. I love that little star. All right, that is it for that. And what I plan to do for this, because this is only on the bottom, right? This is only on the bottom section. Stick my squeegees aside before I make a big mess. Let me hold that up so you can see. Hopefully you can see that. Isn't that pretty? And obviously you'd put it like on your mantle or whatever, so you'll have a plain background behind it. Or you could paint the back of the window with, you know, chalk paint or whatever, so that it will show up more. But I think it shows up really nice. I do see a little smudge on the red here on the R, and I'm just gonna scratch it off because that's the great thing, and a little bit on my M, because the window, it will scratch it off. So if you want to seal it, if you're afraid of scratching it, you can go ahead and seal it with a clear gloss, but it may affect the window. So the thing I have to put on here to go with this is a wreath. I think this will work. I was gonna put a wreath on here with a bow. And now that we did red on it, because my last one I didn't have red, I did just the green and black, I think. I can't remember. Red, white, black, and green. Boy, I got the green everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to actually use a piece of ribbon and my staple gun, which happens to be in the house. It's kind of my husband's tool, sort of. But we will use this wreath that I got, and actually, I should have looked. I don't even know where I got it. I know I got it on sale. Probably, maybe one of the craft places. So this obviously, like bows, needs a nice proofing. Needs a really good proofing, actually. I will do that so you can see how that will look on there. I will take final pictures and post those so that you get a chance to take a look at it. And then I am going to do this for the bow. Won't that be pretty? And I think I'll tie it. What I like to do is just go ahead and use the ribbon to the back like this to hold it on, and I staple it on the back of the frame, and then I will make one of my big bows for right here. So that'll take me a minute to make the bows. So stay tuned for the pictures for sure. Be watching for those. If you're not in my crafting group, my private crafting group, it is, hey Debbie, good to see you. And if I didn't see you, or if you have questions, please go ahead and ask questions down below, and I will come back and answer them as soon as I can. I am sweating, you guys, sweating. I'm gonna turn that heat down. So anyway, I will answer any questions you might have. If you're not in my private crafting group, I'd love to have you. It's Prairie Scraps Chalking. Make sure you friend me, Dory Jo Stowell, S-T-O-W-E-L-L. And because I love to connect with everybody, especially fellow crafters. If you're a fellow crafter, it's okay. Just join the group and check it out. And of course, if you need a link for all these wonderful things to make this particular project, obviously I can't sell the windows, but we do have that 18 by 18 double-sided board surface that goes with this perfectly. I can get you a link. Just go ahead and put FH for Farmhouse. Farmhouse. And if you want to put Christmas, that'll clarify it. I can get you a link for that too. So anyway, thanks so much for doing all the things. Make sure you subscribe and like and, you know, do all the things for me, because that helps me. It's a small business. It helps me to keep making these videos. Day 11 of 30 days of crafting, so lots more to come. So stay tuned. And make sure you have a blessed day and keep on crafting.